Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Moloy. And it is our 38th day, session number 38 of this series. 38 weeks have passed. And I can assure you there will be many more weeks on this session of Power of Five because we have got some fabulous responses. But at the outset, I want to take this opportunity of wishing everyone a happy 𝗍𝗫. My friends and entrepreneurs and colleagues from Kolkata in East India, happy 𝗳𝗵𝗿. I hope you all had a fantastic 5 days celebrating Navratri and 𝗍𝗫. But as an entrepreneur, and I know I keep on repeating this, but as an entrepreneur, we need to be looking forward. But while we look forward, there's this analogy of a car that while you're looking forward into the windscreen, never lose focus from the rear view mirror. Because the rear view mirror, while not very important, but it is important from a perspective of what are the things that you have done in the past that we should be avoiding in the future, things that have not yielded those results. And sometimes the rear view mirror is not only about our life, our journey. The rear view mirror is all about what are all the learnings that we could have gathered through our journeys, through the past journeys of successful people, and through the mythological learnings. And today, on this day, just after 𝗍𝗫, I want to bring to you the story of Ravana, one of the most captivating figures in the Indian mythology, known for his immense intellect, power, the kind of devotion to Lord Shiva, which probably very few people have on this planet. But he had those deep flaws. And these are the deep flaws as an entrepreneur that we should look at and say, let's avoid them. Deep flaws like ego, deep flaws like arrogance, deep flaws like unbridled ambition. And all of these traits led to his eventual downfall. Entrepreneurs like Ravana are often visionaries, driven by ambition, intelligence, and a desire to create something extraordinary. But today we'll explore those 5 lessons from the story of Ravana, focusing on what the entrepreneur should learn not to do. And the first of them is do not let ego overshadow wisdom. One of the famous statements that I heard a few days back is we underestimate what we can do in next 10 years, but we overestimate what we can do in next 1 year. And the reason is that while we are not looking at the 10 years, while we're looking at only the first year, we are not building the foundation for the next 10 years. Because that's where ego comes into play, that if one success story, 2 success stories, we believe we have captured the world. Despite being one of the most learned individuals of his time, Ravana allowed his ego to cloud his judgment. He was well versed in the Vedas and the scriptures, had captured many lands, and a very devout worshipper of Shiva. All of this led him to believe that he was invincible. This inflated sense of self-worth led him to ignore sound advice from people very close and well-wishers, especially from his brother 𝗵𝗵, who repeatedly urged him to return Sita to Ram and avoid war. But Ravana, blinded by his pride and by the sycophants surrounding him, refused to listen and instead belittled those who offered guidance. For entrepreneurs, ego is a double-edged sword. Confidence in one's ability is essential for success, but allowing ego to overshadow wisdom can lead to poor decisions. And as entrepreneurs, we need to recognize the importance of humility. Remain open to feedback from others. Because in business, no one is immune to making mistakes, but the ability to listen to the right advisors, mentors, and even subordinates is crucial for long-term success. Overconfidence can lead to ignoring valuable insights. And look at the story of Kodak, a giant in photography industry. They failed to embrace the digital evolution. They believed that in their ego that they are invincible. And one day they had to die. Number 2, do not overlook ethics for ambition. Ravana's unquenchable ambition drove him to adopt unethical practices. His abduction of Sita, the wife of Lord Ram, was an act driven by arrogance and a desire to prove his superiority. He already had the very prosperous kingdom of Lanka and his people were loyal to him. Yet his ambition to dominate and humiliate others led him to disregard dharma, setting the stage for eventual downfall. And in business, ambition is a vital quality, driving entrepreneurs to innovate, expand, and seek new opportunities. However, it is critical to remember that ambition should not come at the cost of ethics. In the quest of success, it can be tempting to cut corners, exploit resources, or engage in unscrupulous practices. While these activities will offer short-term gains, they often come with long-term consequences. The Enron scandal is a classic example. Enron executives engaged in fraudulent accounting practices to inflate the company's earnings and the stock prices. While the deceit initially led to extraordinary profits, the house of cards eventually collapsed, leading to bankruptcy, legal consequences, and a massive loss of trust. Ambition should be guided by ethics, ladies and gentlemen. Entrepreneurs must ensure that their pursuit of success aligns with the moral and legal standards. Number 3, and this is the most dangerous element. Too many entrepreneurs surround themselves with yes men. Ravana ruled with immense power, and his power fostered an environment in which people around him were afraid to challenge him. Most of his advisors and ministers were yes men, agreeing with everything he said and validating his decisions. Only his brother 𝗵𝗵𝗴 had the courage to speak out. Instead of listening to 𝗵𝗵𝗴, he banished him, surrounding himself with psychopaths who reinforce flawed decisions. Entrepreneurs, especially those in leadership positions, must be wary of creating echo chambers where they want to fill up that echo chambers with people who are not challenging them, who are not giving them the feedback, but are boosting that fire which probably does not exist. While it's natural to seek validation surrounding oneself with people who agree to the entrepreneurs can often lead to poor decision making. A strong leadership team should consist of individuals who are unafraid to challenge ideas and to provide honest feedback. Steve Jobs was known for his visionary leadership, but he understood the importance of surrounding himself with strong, independent thinkers, people whom we call the devil's advocate. Although Jobs was demanding and sometimes difficult, he encouraged debate and valued dissenting opinions within his team. Number 4, do not be overly attached to power. Ravana's insatiable desire for power ultimately led to his downfall. Despite being a ruler of a prosperous and powerful kingdom, he was never satisfied. His attachment to power was so intense that it blinded him to consequences of his actions. He refused to return Sita to Ram, not out of love for her, but to assert his dominance. He wanted to prove that he could take whatever he desired without any repercussions. The obsession with power drove him to war with Lord Ram, leading to his defeat and destruction of his kingdom. In business, the pursuit of power can both be motivating and dangerous. Entrepreneurs can become too attached to power, may start to make decisions based on maintaining control rather than fostering growth. Over time, this will stifle creativity, limit scalability, and lead to burnout. Again, consider the example of BlackBerry. Once a dominant player in the smartphone industry, but BlackBerry's leadership, overly attached to its market position and unwilling to adapt, failed to recognize the shifting landscape and the rise of touchscreen phones like iPhone. The reluctance to let go of outdated models and methods led to the company's rapid decline. Entrepreneurs must recognize that leadership is not about control, but about empowering others. And lastly, number 5, while we can go on and on, being the part of 5, I'm bringing to you the top 5. Do not disregard competitors. Ravana's arrogance led him to underestimate Lord Ram, dismissing him as a mere mortal and unworthy of serious consideration. Repeated warnings from his advisors about Ram's strength, Ravan believed that no one could challenge him. In business, underestimating competitors can be a fatal mistake, and unfortunately, most of the entrepreneurs give the least amount of cognizance to do something very basic as a competition mapping. Market leaders who become complacent and fail to recognize the strength and innovation of their competitors often find themselves overtaken. Entrepreneurs must be staying vigilant, continuously assessing the competitive landscape, the technological landscape, the customer behavior, and remain agile to their strategies. Complacency in managing can lead to missed opportunities. Complacency of managing our existing customers can lead to missed opportunities, because global statistics say 75% of dissatisfied customers walk away without complaining. And you don't want to be having that customer base which is walking away because competition has offered them something else. So please let go of complacency. Stay informed about industry trends, emerging technologies, and market shifts. The story of Ravana, though ancient, offers timeless lessons for modern entrepreneurs. We are all born intelligent, and his intelligence, his strength, and his ambition were unparalleled. Yet the downfall was the result of his unchecked ego, unethical decisions, desire for complete power, and underestimation of his competitors. These are the very mistakes that can destroy the most promising businesses today. Entrepreneurs should strive to learn from success stories, but entrepreneurs should also learn from the cautionary tales like Ravana's. By avoiding pitfalls of arrogance, unethical behavior, complacency, emotional decision-making, entrepreneurs can lead their businesses with wisdom, integrity, and foresight. Ravana's legacy is a reminder that strength and intelligence are not enough. What is required in today's world is humility. Is humility to accept that I am wrong. Humility to accept that others can give good advice. Your ethical clarity. Very important in today's world, the emotional intelligence. Because as in any entrepreneur's life, there will be ups and downs. You will have to ride the peaks and the troughs. And your emotional intelligence is very, very critical. Along with this, the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. There will be situations when we will lose everything we had because of whatever we have done. But entrepreneurs must embrace these lessons so that they're better equipped to navigate the complexities of business and avoid the pitfall of Lord Ravana. Ladies and gentlemen, mythology is very, very powerful. And let's not disregard mythology from just an event, just a holiday, just an outing with friends and family. Learn from mythology, and our businesses and our lives will be extremely, extremely different from what it is today. God bless all of us. Wish you again a very happy Dussehra. Deepavali is 2 weeks away, but with Deepavali also brings in the end of month 1 of H2. We have 6 months to go to achieve our financial goals, to achieve our business goals. And this 6 months will also be important from planning your next year. learn from these lessons of of Ravana, and create that plan, create that mindset, create that emotional intelligence, have the right people around you who can take you to the heights that you're bound and you're destined to scale. See you next Monday, same place, same time. Till then, have a fantastic week and take care of yourself.